Okay, what's up guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. As the heading suggests, today we are going to do some mobility drills, and these mobility drills are something that I incorporate every alternate day, and these are like my top favorite mobility drills that I do. Before we start this video, I wanted to give you 3 pointers. One is that in fitness, I've seen a lot of people throwing mobility and flexibility in a very confusing manner. So, just to give you one line definition, I would say they work together. So, it's not like you're gonna work one thing and you can work on another thing later. So, they work together. But mobility, when it comes to mobility, I'm talking about the ability of the joint to move in its full range of motion. Just to give you a short example, there are people who say that they can't touch their toe because their hamstring are tight. But sometimes it's actually not your hamstring, but it's just that you lack the mobility to go down and touch your toe. So it's not always about the tight muscles. It could also be that you're lacking mobility. Like if I'm doing this shoulder flexion and shoulder extension, some people might not be able to go from this point to this point. So that's where you are lacking mobility. Okay, now to come to the second point is that because I'm gonna take you through the process, I would urge you to watch this video and perform the drills with me, because I'm going to be giving you instructions side by side, and it'll be better if you connect this video to a big screen because it'll be really clear then. The third pointer is that honestly, I do these drills even when I'm feeling anxious. So these drills are my favorite because this is something I'm very comfortable with. I do add and mix a lot of drills according to the exercise routine that I'm going to be doing that day. But these are the 6 drills that I really like doing, 6 to 7 drills. And whenever I feel anxious or whenever I feel that my day is going really dull, I just stop whatever I'm doing and I just start doing these mobility drills. The most important thing to notice is that whenever you're doing these drills, I want you to focus on your breathing pattern. I want you to bring your full awareness to your body at that moment. Whatever movement it is that you're doing, I want you to feel how your joints are moving and how you feel when you are in that position, and your muscles are also stretching. So that's about it. Just enjoy the video, and before that I think I need to change my clothes because I'm in my PJs. So yeah. Okay, hi guys, what's up? I'll be doing a voiceover in this video, and we are gonna be starting the mobility drills, like 6 to 7 mobility drills. But before that, we are gonna be doing some pre-mobility drills, starting from our head to my waist. And I'm just stupid enough not to understand that I'm gonna be doing a voiceover in future. But let's just forget about it for a second. Alright, so I'm going to be starting with my neck stretches, and we'll be doing reps of these. So you're going to hold the stretch for 3 to 4 seconds, release it, and then go back to the stretch. Oftentimes we are sitting in front of the laptop for so many hours that this becomes really tight. Now, when you're doing the stretch, just make sure that your shoulder is not getting elevated. That will increase the stretch even more. Do the same thing in this drill where you're looking up, applying pressure from your palm, and then looking down. When you're looking down, make sure that you're touching your chin to your collarbone, and when you're pressing down, don't press it 90-degree down, but press it towards the collarbone. Do some neck rotations. I usually close my eyes when I'm doing these mobility drills. Really helps me to stay calm and in the process. Now we're going to be starting with our shoulders, and I'm coughing. Bye Karuna. So you're going to be elevating, retracting, depressing, and then bring it back to neutral. So we're going to be doing this cycle for like 4 to 5 times. Note how I'm elevating, shrugging my shoulders, retracting, getting my shoulder blades pinned, depressing in the same form. And in this, if you can see that retraction doesn't mean getting your chest out. It's just getting your shoulder blades pinned together. I'm doing this next cycle where I am retracting first, elevating, and then protracting. Now when I'm protracting, just imagine that you are creating a cave with your chest. Alright, now we'll be doing some lateral flexion for the back. It's simple. Just stretch it out sideways. And don't forget to breathe. Okay, the next one we're gonna go and do wrist mobility. I've seen a lot of people do home workouts which involves you getting into the position of a push-up plank, and you won't notice, but there's a lot of weight that is getting onto that specific joint. So just make sure that you're doing that drill before you actually go to the exercise. So I'm just rocking back and forth. You're going to be going into different positions and do the same movement. So now I'm just doing the opposite. And this is one of the drills that I really like doing. Sideways, and now I'll be rocking in the sideway direction, putting your body weight slowly to each side. Just stretch your wrist out and rotate and move to the next drill. Alright, this is the most common drill that you can see. It's the cat and camel, the classic cat and camel. I've seen a lot of people do it wrong in few pointers. So just to give you a pointer, a lot of people focus on the lower back, the lumbar spine. But you also have to make sure that you're also working your upper back. So when I'm doing in the camel pose, just make sure you're stretching out, making a cave and feeling that stretch in the upper back. In the cat pose, you have to do the direct opposite. Make sure that the upper back is sinking in and in line with the lower back. And make sure to breathe. Inhale when you're going in the camel pose and exhale in the cat. And that's it for the pre-mobility drills. Alright, we're going to be starting with our first drill. So coming to the cat and camel position, what you have to do is you're just going to twist your wrist and just see how I'm placing my shoulders on the mat, and eventually my palm will be facing towards the ceiling. So I'm just rotating my shoulders, getting it on the mat. Coming back, get your hand towards your chest and come back to the same position. We're going to be doing the same thing the other side. Make sure you're not going fast in this drill. Take it slow, get your full awareness to what joint you're moving. So just look at it once more, twisting with your wrist, twisting with your shoulder, getting your shoulder on the mat, and then bringing it back slowly. It's like a shoulder mobility drill that I do, and I feel a lot better doing it before my upper body sessions especially. I'm just going to be fast tracking the video, but when you do it, please make sure you're taking your time to do this drill. It's really helpful. Try it out, and we will go to our second drill. Alright, this is the second most common drill that I've seen, and I do this regularly. So all you have to do is get into your squat stance. Make sure that your feet is externally rotated. Now you just have to touch your toe and get your hip down to a position which is a little more than parallel. So notice how I'm keeping my elbows inside. That's because I'm actually forcing my legs or my knees in the outward direction so that I can create space for my hip to go down. Again, breathe, do this process slowly. One of the most important cues here would be to exhale when you're coming down and make sure your spine is straight and your chest is out. That's the most important cue, to get your chest out and looking straight. And that's how you can do this drill, and we're going to add one more to this. Okay, this is a second addition to the drill, which is basically rotating from your spine, looking at your hand when it goes up towards the ceiling, and at the same time pushing your knee outward with your elbow. So you're rotating your spine. Focus on the upper back rotation. Do not take your hand all the way beyond 90 degrees. That's not what we want to do. We want to slowly take our hand till the degree which allows our upper back rotation. Also, make sure that your knee is not collapsing, like your knee is not coming inward. That will only happen if your elbows are not pushing outward, and I'll just show it to you in 1 second, and that's how it's gonna look like if you're not pushing with your elbows. So push your elbows and create the space for your elbow to go and reach towards the ceiling. Okay, we're going to be doing the most favorite mobility drill that I have. It's the inverted V position and doing a variation in this position. So first, I just want you to go in that position and just like get comfortable. I'm doing this one leg at a time is to get my hamstring to stretch a little bit more in this specific position before I start doing the variations. So this will help you to find peace. Oh yeah, okay. Should probably not be an anchor in future. Now I know. The next drill that I'll be doing is my upper mobility. So I'll be working on my shoulder flexion. Just find your space. What I'm doing is I'm creating a little bit more gap between my legs and my hands, and you just have to focus on getting your chest towards your knee. Your shoulders and your palm is going to be in the same area. Your chest is getting away from your shoulder, so you're going to be feeling a stretch, and you're basically flexing your shoulder a bit more, like a overhead movement. Notice how I'm bending my knees. This is to get the hamstrings stretch out of the picture so that I can just focus on the upper body mobility. So this will basically help you to focus specifically on that movement. The next drill that I'm going to be doing is a lower body mobility drill. I'm just focusing on getting into the child pose. I'm still not touching my knee to the floor. So I'm not resting it. I'm just touching or brushing and then going up towards the sky with my hip, and also focusing on shoulder flexion. So this is just to get you a little bit more warmed up for the wave. And now my favorite movement is gonna be wave. काफी overacting करती हूँ मैं. Anyway, so I'm going to be starting in this inverted V. You can see my toes getting off, my hips rising, and now I'm focused getting on the camel position and then getting my pelvis off on the ground and going into the cobra pose. I'm going to do the exact opposite. Tuck your chin in. Think of going in the camel position and then rise your butt towards the sky. Get on your toes and then get on your heels and do the shoulder flexion movement. It's really pretty simple. This is the beginner level of it. You're gonna be in the child pose, completely rested. Now go in the camel pose slowly. And then just think of getting your pelvis down to the floor and getting your chest open and looking up. This is a brilliant movement, honestly, to get aware of your body and just be in the moment. I'm going to be doing few reps of these and I've just fast tracked the process, but I really want you guys to do it slowly. Take your time, follow your breath, and yeah, That's about it for this drill. Okay, you can say hi to Skipper for this drill. He's not giving me any bhav, he never does. So I'm trying to grab attention, but that's not happening clearly. I'm gonna give up. Alright, so we're gonna be doing this drill. Again, before doing this drill, I want you to get comfortable with few positions. So I'm just gonna go with this wide-legged position, keeping my hands down. Here is Skipper again, not giving me bhav as always. Alright, so just get your body to one side, and you're going to be feeling a little bit more stretch in that side of the hamstring and your adductors or your inner thighs. Now, and just take your time. Alright, now you have to just bend your knee and get your body weight towards one side. So you're going to be feeling a little more stretch, and that will basically warm you up for the main drill. You're going to be especially feeling the stretch in your inner thighs, which is great. That means you're doing great. Now for this drill, I want you to get your foot externally rotated and getting your hip down in this position. Notice how my other foot is facing towards the ceiling. Get up, don't get in that bent position. You have to be straight up, and you're going to be doing the same thing other side, going down deep, however deep you can go, and going from one side to the other. It's like doing a squat if you look at the only half picture. And I'm going to be doing some reps of this and get my elbows out to feel a little more stretch. And now to get it a little bit more advanced, you can get your knee down and get up to get into that position without any support. It's a little tough, but it's really good. And this requires a lot of mobility, ankle mobility and hip mobility as well. I was just talking about how hip and ankle mobility is required to do that cross-axe squat. In this, we are going to be doing a 90-90 mobility drill. Like I'm showing, you have to keep your both legs at 90-degree angle, and you have to move one leg at a time. Take it slow, keep your knee on the floor, and then move your torso. To add on the element, you can also reach out towards that side, and with the opposite hand, you're gonna basically stretch an inch forward. So I'm gonna basically twist my spine, and from the other hand, reach forward to enhance the stretch. The second element to add is to mimic a push-up in this position. If you see, it's basically like a pigeon pose, but the difference is I'm not keeping the other leg straight. So slowly transitioning, then mimicking a push-up position, and that's it for that drill. Okay, last but not the least, kidding, that's the last, we are going to be doing flow scorpion. So relax, like this is the most relaxing movement. As you can see, I'm looking at one point and getting my leg folded and keeping it on the other side. And now what I'm doing is basically putting my weight on my right side so that I can feel a little bit more stretch in my chest, and doing the exactly same the other side. Just relax, and if you want to increase the stretch, you can look towards the ceiling and get your body weight towards a little bit more the stretching side. And that's all you have to do for the final stretch, and then you are done. And I had to do this because I'm weird, and that final pose will ta-da. Okay, that's it for today. So I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comment section down if you want like an advanced version of mobility or a beginner version of it. Let me know how it goes, and do tag me if you're posting anything on Instagram with this. If you don't feel like working out, do check this routine and try it. You will definitely break a sweat, I'm not even kidding. And yeah, until then, goodbye. I will see you in the next video. Oh, give this video a thumbs up, please.